Hi guys, so Jason from JVA Carpy Adventures, and you join me yet again for another MOUSEHOLE diaries. I've got to get my brain in gear, but I think it's vlog number 36. Again I'm on Kestrel, and again I'm in swim 6, but I've got here late after work. I've got very little time to get set up, so I'm going to get set up guys. So for now, let's just roll that intro. As you can see guys, absolutely nothing set up. Swim 6 says down there. I've got the water ahead of me. I need to get set up, so let's get that done. Okay guys, so welcome to January 2024. It is actually the 5th of Jan guys, so brand new year. Happy New Year to all my listeners, all my subscribers. Really appreciate you coming to my channel and having a watch. This time I'm back at MOUSEHOLE Lakes for a little under 48 hours. It's normally Friday after work till Sunday morning, so it's quite a bit less than 48, but it's what it is guys. I am back on Kestrel, so it seems like the last 3 of my 4 times here I've been on Kestrel Swim 6, so that's where I am. Kestrel Swim 6, so I kind of know where the spots are or where I'm going, so that saved a little bit of time trying to find spots. But I've put the ISO up on the camera so it looks light, but it's really not that light. So I want to quickly show you where the rods are, what's on them, and then get my house in order, because at the minute all I've done is get the rods out. So over towards the island, I've gone to the margin there. So that is a yellow wafter, which is a, trying to rack my brain, a Trax Natural. So that's over there, Outlaw Pro. Then I've got another Outlaw Pro about 3 foot in front of the reed island, and then I've got a Kriller wafter topped with some maggots in this channel between the 2 islands. So that's just a really quick update guys. Sorry I don't have time to give you more. I will talk to you again once I've got the house set up, but if I put this ISO down to where it should be, you'll see that it doesn't want to do it now. That's just typical. Oh yeah, because I'm filming. Right guys, so you're going to have to forgive the failing light. We are in winter o'clock, but just thought I'd give you a little update to the review that's going out tonight on the Quest Tackle DPM, Bivvy and overwrap. I'll tell you what is really cool guys, I've only just noticed. I've decided to take off the front of the Bivvy because I've got extended room using an overwrap. But a lovely little touch, I've got to be honest guys, is look where the ground sheet comes to. Sorry you haven't got any good light, but the ground sheet covers the extension part that you get with the overwrap. Not that you'll see it too well. I'll try and show you in the daytime tomorrow guys, but that's really cool. I'm really happy with that. Evening guys, so it is Friday evening, and I thought I'd give you a bit of an update because the beginning of this was probably terrible, so I do apologise. Basically I got here a little bit later than normal, and I've kind of had to rush to get the rods out, then get the bivvy up and all the rest of it in the dark and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's been a catalogue of errors today, I've got to be honest guys. Probably started with doing a scratch card this morning and losing on that. Yep, I did a scratch card, I didn't win. That normally means I'm going to blank, so we're going to have to find out this session. Then on my way, so I got a bit waylaid at work, so I was a bit late getting out from work. Then the M20, there was a fire on it, so I literally was about 500 metres from my turn in, and I got caught on that. So happens to all of us, I know. So there you go, a little bit late, hasn't started off the way I wanted to. Some bait I flagged to use today, stupidly I forgot that Rod had told me it was a freezer bait, and that's all off, so I can't use that. That'll be going in the bin tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a really bad start so far guys, but we all get them. The rods are out. I did want to put maggots out with the stuff I've put out tonight, but I haven't. I just didn't have time to prep everything really, which isn't like me normally, but it's just due to getting here so late really, and it being dark. So there are some plus points. So tonight on YouTube there's a review out. So today is actually January the 5th, so January the 5th there's a review out of the Quest Defier Mk2 Bivvy, which is the Bivvy I have, but I've now got it in the DPM, and I bought it with the overwrap. So now I'm back at MOUSEHOLE in swim 6, where I nearly lost my last bivvy, because of the lack of a decent overwrap with a proper Quest tackle overwrap. Now, something else I've done, and I'll have to show you tomorrow because there's literally no light, guys, I'm using the light off the camera, is I decided to unzip the front of the Bivvy and just use the front of the overwrap. And I'll tell you what, it's made it absolutely massive in here. I'll show you tomorrow, but I've got loads of leg room, loads of everything. Oh, I might take it off the stand and show you. It's really, really decent, I've got to be honest. I will be using it like this throughout the rest of winter. I mean, you know, I don't have my doors up, or I don't have my doors down. So, you know, there's no point having two sets of doors really. So I thought, well, let me just take off the front panel. And I just feel like there's loads of room now. It's like far better for my needs really. And doesn't take up any more of a footprint, which is crazy. And the ground sheet actually goes out to the shape of the overwrap. So I don't know how they managed to kind of do that when it was just for, you know, the smaller size. But yeah, no, the ground sheet goes out lovely. So I'll probably show you that a bit more detail tomorrow. So I would have shown you where the spots are for tonight. They've both gone out with a couple little scoops of bait. I've used my little blue cheaper bait boat, which I did a review at some point. I'll put a link in description. But so you kind of don't always need the biggest and best and all that, guys. You know, that little bait boat I've using at the minute, it's like only a £200 bait boat, and it's got GPS and all that sort of thing. It's got 3 hoppers you can use, and I kind of just used the hoppers on both sides to drop bait in, drive the boat slightly forward, and then just drop the rig kind of in between the bait, not really where the bait is, but in between the bait. So that's what I've gone for tonight. I've gone for Outlaw Pro Attract Natural on 2 of them, which is going to be the right one and the middle one. The middle one, the right one, I've gone to a spot that Rod has suggested, which is the right hand side margin. The middle one, I've gone to the island where I actually caught off, I think maybe not my last session here, or maybe the session before. No, actually I think it was my last session here. Yeah, actually I did catch off there. My last session here I was using MOUSEHOLE Lake's brand new bait, which is Pineapple Supreme, which I got to name, thank you guys. And that was like 2 foot off the island in front of me, so the reed island. So that's why I've put one back out today. And Rod's always telling me the channel between the 2 islands, the channel between the 2 islands, and I've tried it a few times, or a couple of times now, and not had anything off of it, but I've gone between the 2 islands. I'm giving it another go. I do trust in Rod. He's a good angler and he never gives me bad advice. So that's where I've gone for tonight, guys. I'm gonna chill out a bit, make myself a coffee at some point, have some food that they did for me here, which is lovely, some nice chicken breasts, and watch what looks like a very nice calm water at the minute. It does look kind of nice. There's lights over the other side, so it's kind of giving me a nice reflection to look at the water here, and it is lovely, guys. I've got to be honest, it's really nice. It is going to get cold tonight, so at some point I will get in a sleeping bag when I start feeling cold, but just want to give you a bit more of an update because I kind of rushed everything a bit earlier, guys. I'm sure you guys know yourself, you know, if you get into it and it's like 4 o'clock or after, you need to just get a wriggle on really, get the rods out, get the bivvy up, get yourself sorted, and then pray to those carp gods that you can get some fish. Actually, guys, while I'm here, I'm going to show you this top because my son got me a top for Christmas. And I'm going to point it down slightly and move back slightly, I think, and hopefully you'll be able to see that it says the Rod Father on there. So cheers, Caden, love you lots, thanks very much. And as you can see, I am wearing it. I don't think he actually watches my vlogs, guys, you know, I'm boring to him, but I do appreciate the top. Catch up with you later, guys. Hopefully I'll have a fish to show you. Morning, guys. So Saturday morning's update, and yep, with that lack of footage, it means up to now I've had nothing. So I can't say I was 100% confident last night. I kind of got here a lot later than I wanted to. Didn't do everything I wanted to my baits and put them out. Forgot to put maggots out with them, which I had. So yeah, I drastically failed on a few things last night, that's for sure. But I'm going to leave the rods in till 10 o'clock this morning, like I normally do, before going for a comfort break. Grab a few things from the van. I forgot my Crocs. I need to grab a light for the bivvy because I've got no light in here. It's just been a catalogue of errors yesterday, guys, really. But today's a brand new fresh day and I'm going to make a good crack at it. 10 o'clock if I don't have anything by then. Never know. Last time I was here, my last fish was about 8:45, so plenty of chances yet, guys. So fingers crossed for that. Pray to those carp gods. Whilst I'm on a morning update, I will say that Andy, who's fishing in swim 3 on the opposite side of the bank, has had a fish. He said to me it's about 20 pounds, so well done, Andy. So that's it for the morning update, guys. I'm gonna have a coffee, watch the water, which is pretty hard because it's pretty black out at the minute and pretty cold as well, guys, hence why I'm wrapped up. So catch up with you later, guys. Thank you for watching, do appreciate it. Hi guys, so Saturday late morning update. Just about to redo the rods. I have put the deeper out with a bait boat, found a few spots I'm happy with, and this is what's going to be going out. So the right hand rod is going to be a Outlaw Pro Attract Natural pop up, trimmed down with maggots. My middle rod is going to be Carp Basics Red Lobster pop up with topped with maggots, and my last, which is going to be in the channel, is actually going to be a yellow isotonic Carp Basics but pimped with isotonic pop up, which I'm going to be doing on a 3.5 foot zig. That's what's going out, guys. Fingers crossed. Alright guys, sorry, totally forgot to film the first rod going out, but it's gone out. I'll give you a little pointer in between here and here, about there. So that's the first rod, which is a yellow pop up topped with maggots. Next one's going to be a red, and that's going out in front of the reed island. Okay guys, so just about to put the last rig out, but I thought I'd show you it because I'm using a zig, which I don't normally do, but I'm also using this. See if we can get it in focus, which is a zig dropper. So basically the lid's on the bottom. When the door opens, this all reels off, goes down to the bottom. It works very effectively, works really well. There is a review on my channel, I'll put a link below if you're interested. It does work very well. They do it for various baits boats, mine's obviously the ND2. So let's get this out. Alright guys, time for the third rod, which is a zig, to go out. Alright guys, so just want to give you a bit of an update really. Hopefully if you've been watching my channel you would have seen the review of Quest Tackle's Defier Mk2 Bivvy and DPM. So this is it, first time for me on bank. I'll give you a little walk around because you know, I absolutely love it. But I have found out a couple of things which I think are pretty cool. So let's give you a little walk around, forgive my walking. Show you what it looks like on the bank. So happy days, that's it with the wrap on guys, and it's mainly about the wrap I want to talk to you about. So let's go back round to the front. Yesterday when I got here, sitting up in darkness, which is no fun. First point to show you guys is, look at the size of that door. So the door on the overwrap is way bigger than the standard door, and I love it. You know, I'm not a small guy, so it gives me way more room to move in and out. And not that any of you will know this, but my sister who's passed was disabled in a wheelchair, and if you're a disabled angler, with the overwrap and the front panel off, which is how I've got this, there is loads of room. So you know, if you are a disabled angler, this bivvy with the overwrap on might be an option for you. But the other thing I was surprised that I didn't actually realise when I was doing the review is that the ground sheet, I'm going to bend down and show you, actually comes out to all the overwrap. So I'll show you both sides. Forgive the mess in there. Yes, show you that quickly. There is DPM luggage under there, DPM luggage under there, DPM wrap. So now you kind of get the gist of why I wanted the DPM. I do have all DPM luggage, so that's why I went for it, guys. But what I've done, hopefully you'll see it, there's not loads of light in here because if you know these bivvies you'll know they're quite dark, is that flap you see there is where the normal front panel will live. So having the overwrap on has given me loads and loads of extra room, guys, and I'll just show you inside quickly. So I've got loads of room over here. Obviously I've got stuff under the bed, but I've got all this room in front, and if I just get in, sit down, look at that massive view I've got, and my legs don't even reach the front of the bivvy. So that's sitting on my bed with my legs fully out, guys. They do not reach the front of the bivvy. That's how much room I've got. The table, it used to be a problem. There's loads of room, front and back, and I've pulled my bed more forward. Not that you'll see it with this light in here, sorry guys, but there literally is so much room now. So I'll tell you what, guys, 100% I can recommend this bivvy with the overwrap, and this will be how I use it all through winter. I'll have the front panel off, I'll have the overwrap on, and most of the time I'll have the door up. Sometimes I'll have it letterbox style depending on the weather, but the amount of viewing you've got from here is ridiculous, guys. So much. Look at that. I mean, that's from inside the bivvy. It's literally as good as standing outside. Very impressed, guys, very impressed. Afternoon, guys, so your Saturday afternoon update. Had a comfort break, put the rods back out. I would have shown you what's on them. And about 2:30, the right hand rod, which was on a yellow trim down pop-up with maggots and a scattering of boilies around it, went off. Pulled into it and got it fairly close, but it was, I decided to go without backleads, which I always use backleads, but I decided to go without backleads just in case. It was stop me getting indications or anything like that. I thought, you know what, leave them off, and sure enough, as it always happens, it got tangled up in one of my lines. So I put the tip down in the water, played it underneath the rods, and I actually got it out the other side. I had Ollie with me who was going to net it, so just bringing it a little bit closer and it pinged off. So absolutely gutted. Did get to see, it was a lovely scaly mirror, really big fat scales on it, bronze in colour. It looked beautiful. It didn't look big, it was at most £20, but big enough. And yeah, I lost that. Pretty gutted on that, to be fair, but that's fishing for you. So I've actually gone and redone all the rods now. It's 4 o'clock, which is the time I wanted to have the rods redone by. So I've redone all the rods. I will quickly turn the camera around in a minute and show you where they are, but essentially for the most part I've stuck with the same baits on all of them. No, I'm lying. So essentially, guys, I've gone again with that yellow pop-up trimmed down with topped with maggots on my right hand rod, which is back to where it was earlier today. The middle rod, I've gone for a 10mm pop-up. I think it's a Carp Basics pop-up, but it's been pimped up with isotonic goo. Thanks Andy for that, cheers mate. So that's gone out to the Reed Island in front with a good helping of boilies as well, and maggots. Sorry guys, I've been putting scattering of maggots over all of them as well. And then my left hand rod, I've gone to the channel but a bit closer to the island, and that's actually a Pineapple Tiger's cork dust wafter, so it's very dull in colour. It's not a bright yellow, it's a very dull sort of corky looking yellow, I guess. So that's out there. So I'm going to spin the camera around. I am inside the bivvy, guys, so you're not going to get fantastic close-ups or anything, but I just want to show you roughly where they are. Like I said, it's just hit 4 o'clock, so it's going to start getting dark fairly soon. I'm fairly confident because, so what I should also say is, where I had that bite from, I did actually see a fish show earlier. I was just helping Ollie out, who's in the next swim, and yeah, there's a couple of shows over there, so I was fairly confident on that rod going. Sure enough, it did. I've gone back over there. So let's spin the camera around, guys, and I'll show you what's what. Okay guys, so for Saturday evening, it is only 4 o'clock, but it's going to get dark real soon, real quick, so I've put the rods out for the evening. Obviously if they go, I will show you what I catch and I'll be redoing them. Fortunately I used the bait boat, so all the points are saved, so it's quite easy for me to get straight back out to them. So First rod, like I said guys, is on a yellow pop-up. It's Natural Attracts from Outlaw Pro, but it's been chopped in half and topped with maggots, along with some freebies and also some maggots. So, over towards the reed island, between the reed island and here, about there, I've got the first rod. Now, the middle rod is on a yellow Carp Basics, I think it's Red Lobster, been pimped up with some isotonic, and that's in front of the island about here. And my last rod, which is a Pineapple Tigers, again with freebies and maggots, is just in the channel between these two islands, but closer to this island. So that's it for Saturday night update guys. I'll get back to you if I have any fish. Yeah, it was obvious guys, wasn't it? As soon as dinner arrived, the rod's gonna go off. Same rod as this afternoon, same spot. Let's deal with this and then we'll get it back out there. Happy days, no blank for me. Alright guys, so first one for me. Obviously I did lose one earlier, so it's nice to actually get one. Same spot, same rig, same everything. Already been treated with Propolis. 16 pound 8 ounce. And as you would expect from Mouseholes, an absolute beauty. Which is quite hard for me guys because I can't see what I'm doing at all. So let me just put a little bit of light on. Sorry if my light is destroying your picture guys. Still got a bit of life left in her. Yeah, I did think she was going to flip. She's going to keep tensing on me guys. You can get her to relax a bit. And if you can see that guys, I'm not going to keep her too long because obviously she is playing up a little, but I will show you the other side because this fish is absolutely beautiful guys. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get you a bit of light. Go on then Rod. You can just take some pictures. Have you got it okay? Morning guys, Sunday morning update. So, yesterday afternoon I had a fish but lost it close to the net. Same spot, Reed Island to the margin. Later on, caught one off there. You would have seen it by now. Nice 16 pound, 8 ounce mirror, absolutely beautiful. So that's into darkness. It was raining as well, so I had to do it on the phone unfortunately. Rod helped me out with that, thank you Rod. So then put the rod, that took out one of my other rods, had to redo all the rods. So put that back out, then about an hour and a half after that, into darkness, it went off again. This time it was probably only on for about 30 seconds, so not much of a fight. Obviously didn't have a good hold. Reeled it in, put it back out again, and I thought I was going to have a busy night, and obviously by that lack of footage I didn't have a busy night at all. It's been a cold night, so I'm not totally surprised, but I did expect to probably get another bite off of that spot. And it's funny really because I've got the same rig, I put the same, when I brought the rods in I put the same rig on all three, same presentation, same everything. None of the other two have gone off during spots that I believe to be good, that I've caught fish off before. So they seem to be maybe holding up a little bit over in that far corner. About 6:30 Sunday morning, I've got to start packing up soon, so I think it's unlikely I've got a chance for another bite, but you don't know. Fingers crossed. If I don't get any more before I leave guys, I will give you a closure. Thank you for watching so far, I hope it's been enjoyable. And that was my first fish of 2024, so whoop whoop. Pleased to get a fish under my belt. First time out in 2024 and I haven't blanked, so that's good for me. Massive thanks to all the guys that have been subscribing recently to my channel. Really appreciate it guys. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Glad most of you have really enjoyed that. Bivvy review. I'm in it now, I've got to be honest. Excuse me. Really loving it. With the front panel off of the Bivvy and using the overwrap, the additional room has just made it so much more comfortable for me. You know, legs fully stretched out, loads of room for my table, loads of room for my gear, the camera gear, the boat, you know, there's a lot more gear you've got to carry around. So yeah, much more room, much more comfortable. I'll be definitely using it in this sort of configuration through all of winter now. Really happy with it, so happy days. Anyway, I'm gonna have my coffee, listen out for any more fish, see if I can hear anything that might be worth a last cast to, and I'll keep praying to those carp gods that I might be able to get another banger before I leave. Cheers guys. Morning guys, so it's about 8 o'clock Sunday morning. As you can see, the light is up, most of my stuff is packed away, rods are still in, if you can see them there, yeah you can. So rods are still in, I've got a barrow half loaded, and I'm going to call a close to this session, my first session of 2024. Can't even say anything. My first session of 2024. So firstly, I've got to say a massive thank you to all the new subscribers I've had and to all my current subscribers. Guys, I really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, so you know, if you haven't done it already, please hit that subscribe button. If you've enjoyed this vlog, even though there's only been one fish, but it is winter, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. Now, I do post every single Friday about 6 or 7 o'clock, and it'll either be a vlog like this one or a review like the one I've just done on the Quest Tackle Defier Mk2 one-man bivvy. God, it's a mouthful guys, sorry, in DPM, which I've used for the very first time this weekend. And I've got to say, big success this weekend guys. When I set it up, I decided to take out the front panel, so it's literally the bivvy without a front panel and the overwrap, and the amount of extra room it gave me was fantastic. I was really pleased with it. Feet out, loads of room for all my gear, everything spread out, really good. So really happy with that. That will be my setup for all of winter now. It just makes perfect sense, much better than my man-made one. So yeah, and thankfully I did have a fish. Now, I did actually have a bite before the fish I landed. Unfortunately, it got tangled up in my line. I had to play the tip down in the water under the line. I did actually get it under the line and under the rods and over the other side, and then just as I was raising it up to bring it to the surface, it just pinged out, so that was a bit gutting. But I did land that beautiful 16 pound 8 ounce mirror, and it was a stunner. It was a real beauty. Unfortunately, it was raining at the time, so I had to ask Rod to do the photography on my phone, so I apologise for the shots or anything, but it is what it is. I did actually have another take after that, but it was like 10 seconds and it was off, so it clearly wasn't hooked very well. I did think I was going to be in for a busy night off of that one spot in between the reed island and the margin, but it didn't happen. But that's fishing. I have caught my first fish of 2024, that's good enough for me. Alright guys, thank you again very much for watching. Stay safe, stay fishing, I'll see you on the next vlog.